Thank you for tuning in to see part 15 of my series of programs dealing with the Trump Dossier prepared by MI6 secret agent Christopher Steele. Today's report is report number 134, and it is dated the 18th of October 2016. And as you will see in a moment, this report is of extreme significance. It's titled Russia/U.S. Presidential Election, Further Details of Kremlin Liaison with Trump Campaign. Summary. Close associate of Sechin confirms his secret meeting in Moscow with Carter Page in July. Now, Carter Page was one of Trump's campaign people. Substance included offer of a large stake in Rosneft. Now, Rosneft is a gigantic oil and gas corporation in Russia, and it is the company with which Rex Tillerson, when he was president of ExxonMobil, was negotiating for an enormous deal with Russia. It has been said that the total deal, if it went through, would be $500 billion. That is $500 billion. So this is a great big deal, and now that Rex Tillerson has been approved as Secretary of State, we may very well expect what you're going to hear today. We can expect this to be moving forward. Substance included offer of large stake in Rosneft in return for lifting sanctions on Russia. Page confirms this is Trump's intention. Page, remember, is an advisor of Donald Trump. Sechin continued to think Trump could win the presidency up to the 17th of October. That's the day before this report. Now looking to reorient his engagement within the United States. Kremlin insider highlights the importance of Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, in covert relationship with Russia. Cohen's wife is of Russian descent, and her father is a leading property developer in Moscow. I previously mentioned that Michael Cohen has been completely under the radar, and I have not found any information on him, although I haven't really looked a great deal. But this is very interesting that her father is a property developer in Moscow. And I have to observe at this point that the entire Trump cabinet and his group of advisors seem to be intricately interconnected and cross-linked, you might say, with regard to ties to Russia or business interests in Russia or something or other pointing to Russia. It seems way beyond coincidence, and I think it has to be of significance, and I would say sinister significance. Detail. 1. Speaking to a trusted compatriot in mid-October 2016, a close associate of Rosneft, president of the Rosneft president and Putin ally, Igor Sechin, elaborated on the reported secret meeting between the latter and Carter Page of U.S. Republican presidential candidate's foreign policy team in Moscow in July of 2016. The secret meeting had been confirmed to him or her by a senior member of Sechin's staff, in addition to by the Rosneft president himself. It took place on either the 7th or 8th of July, the same day or the one after Carter Page made a public speech to the Higher Economic School in Moscow. 2. In terms of the substance of their discussion, Sechin's associate said that the Rosneft president was so keen to lift personal and corporate Western sanctions imposed upon the company, get this, that he offered the Page Trump's associates the brokerage of up to a 19% privatized stake in Rosneft in return. Now, 19%, that's practically 20%, that's just about a fifth. If the entire deal with ExxonMobil and Rosneft was $500 billion or $500 billion, that's a cool $100 billion for Trump and his friends. Now, that's highly unlikely that Russia would go through with that, but it's a wonderfully beautiful, shiny carrot to dangle in front of Trump and Tillerson and the rest of the gang. Page had expressed interest and confirmed that were Trump elected U.S. president, then sanctions on Russia would be lifted. It's kind of surprising to see these subjunctives thrown into a report. Anyway, I'm not accustomed to reading subjunctives in simple reports in English. Almost no one remembers what a subjunctive is. 3. According to Sechin's close associate, the Rosneft president had continued to believe that Trump could win the U.S. presidency right up to 17th of October, when he assessed this was no longer possible. That's the day before this report. Sechin was keen to readapt accordingly and put feelers out to other businesses and political contexts in the United States instead. And now part 4 is photographically reproduced and in smaller print than what I've been reading. Speaking separately to the same compatriot in mid-October of 2016, a Kremlin insider with direct access to the leadership confirmed that a key role in the secret Trump campaign/Kremlin relationship was being played by the Republican candidate's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. And then the rest of that line and the next 2 lines are blacked out. I should mention before going further that the secret person who reported for this report about the 19% cut in Rosneft in that deal, that yesterday, as I read today, yesterday that person was found dead in his automobile in Russia. And now there is a source comment. 5. Sechin's associate opined. Well, actually, this is still part of the detail, although that heading source comment would make you think otherwise. 5. Sechin's associate opined that although Page had not stated it explicitly to Sechin, he had clearly implied that in terms of his commitment on Trump's intention to lift in Russian sanctions if elected president, he was speaking with the Republican candidate's authority. And then the final section, company comment. And that's the company comment. It's all blacked out. This report was dated 18th of October, 2016. I really wish I knew what was in that black space. I suspect that Donald Trump has read it. I'm almost certain that President Obama has read it, and I don't know what's in it. Very, very frustrating. See you next time with report number 135. Until then, I hope you will share the link with all of your friends.